to our last Pilates video in this series, in this specific series. Today we're going to focus on the core principle of relaxation. There should be a balance between effort and relaxation in anything that you do. Pilates teaches just the right amount of effort required for the movement that you're doing. Learning how to release tension is going to help you find ease in your movement, ease in your practice, as well as ease in your life. So we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up. We have 4 moves today. The last 4 that again are a little bit more advanced, or they are advanced Pilates exercises, so there will be modifications for everything. And I think for today we'll probably roll through everything right from the top all the way through to the bottom as part of our warm-up, just to get you, just make sure that you remember everything, and just kind of little reminders on tweaking things. Okay, so we're going to start with some breathing. You're going to come up on your knees. And hands on your rib cage, deep breaths in and out. You can close your eyes if you like. Turn your attention inward. Focus on the moment. Focus on your movements and how the movements feel right now in this moment. Feel your rib cage expanding. Feel your belly expanding with your breath. And feel your rib cage contracting and your belly sinking in the exhales. Right, we're going to add a little bit more movement to your breath. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. And just like last time, diving down on an inhale, opening up your chest, and then rounding your back, pushing the air out. Do 2 more like that. One more. Good. And going on to all 4s. Flattening out your toes. If this is uncomfortable for your wrists, you can go up onto your fists, or you can hold onto some hexagonal weights that aren't going to roll away from you, or put your elbows up on something elevated, some books with pillows on top or something. You can go right down to your elbows as well, but it's kind of a decline and it's not quite as comfortable. Okay, from here, we're going to do some frog kicks. So you're going to bring one leg out to the side and then sweep it around and back. 2 more. Looking at a spot just ahead of you on the floor so that you keep your neck long and not looking up. I'm going to turn this way for the other leg. So bringing it out to the side and around and back. Keeping your hips even, not leaning to the side. Your belly button is pulled up towards your spine. Let's do 1 more. Good. And we're going to go onto your back now. So we're going to start seated with your knees bent and just roll part way down, just onto the back of your hips and back up. So rounding down, tucking your tailbone, feeling the tension in through here, lifting up and back up. Good. And Now rolling all the way down, keeping your knees bent. Good, and hundreds prep. So we're going to start with your hands up. And on an inhale, or on an exhale, we're going to roll up, one vertebrae at a time, pulling your ribs towards your hips, just coming up to the bottom of your shoulder blades, and then coming back down. If you have neck injuries or if this is uncomfortable, you can put your head up on a pillow, and you can just take your hands down to your hips. And just do the lower body portion of the movement. You can bring your knees up if you like, and do some marching, just to get a little bit more engagement in the core. If it's okay for you, the full movement all the way up, all the way down. Inhale, exhale up, inhale down. Pulling your ribs and your hips towards each other, pulling all the way up through here. Think about tightening up, pulling up your pelvic floor. Remember those breathing exercises, your pelvic floor coming up like an elevator to the penthouse. That should still be happening when you engage your core. Good. Okay, and a marching bridge. So you're going to come up into a bridge, hands on the floor, lift those hips up. Keeping your hips up nice and high, just marching out your legs without letting your hips drop down. One more. Good. Lower the hips. All right, we're going to go right into hundreds. So again, if you have something with your neck, an issue, you can have a pillow under your head and just work the lower body portion of the movement. Feet are going to be wherever it's comfortable for you. You can have a tabletop position, you can have your legs up higher, or you can have them out straight. Whatever allows you to keep your spine either in an imprinted position or supported neutral with that towel underneath your back. Okay, so we're going to bring your feet up. Inhale, exhale up to the position. We're going to pulse your hands, 5 for an inhale, 5 for an exhale. $60, $70, $80, $90, there's 95, and 100. Good. Okay, roll up to a seated position. We're going to roll down. One vertebrae at a time. If it's comfortable to do so, you can roll yourself back up. Reaching your pinky fingers forward so that you keep your shoulders down and back still. You're not reaching those shoulders up. Rolling down again, slow and controlled. And if the roll up is difficult, and that's not an option for you, then you can roll over onto your side, assist yourself up, and just focus on the roll down. If you have a problem with your lower back, you can just go to the ones we did in the beginning. Or if that causes pain, then just avoid this one altogether. And now we're moving into a roll over. So from the roll down position, bringing your legs up and over, and then back down. Slow and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. Let's do one more. Not coming up onto your neck, just the top of the shoulder blades. Oh, and a one leg circle. So one leg is going to be up in the air. We're going to take it out to the side and circle it around. You can do small circles, or you can do big ones. You can have a yoga strap or a band. Let's go the other way. One more. Good. Leg down. Let's bring the other leg up. And tiny circles or big circles. Whatever feels better for you today and whatever you have space for. Okay, let's go the other way. Good. Okay, and then you can bring yourself up. We're going to roll like a ball. So you're going to hold your knees nice and tight, round your back, and roll back, and come back up. Roll back, come back up. Without rolling onto the back of your neck, you don't want your head to touch the floor, so just onto the shoulders, and then just up to here, so you're not allowing your feet to touch the floor. This one, again, should be avoided if you have any problems in your low back. Do one more. Good. And we're going to go down again to here. We're going to hold one leg in. And we're going to do the one leg stretch. So one leg is out, and you can have it resting on the floor, or you can have it up a little bit. Inhale. On an exhale, you're going to switch, and we're going to put your one hand to the inside of your knee, one hand to the outside of your foot. Inhale here, on an exhale, moving through again. Two, and one, and now straight leg. So up and up. So same thing, moving on an exhale. If this is uncomfortable for you, just like with the hundreds, you can have your head on a pillow and just move the legs. Making sure that you keep your back either supported neutral or imprint. One more, both legs. Good. And coming up for a spine stretch. So sitting tall with your feet about hip distance apart, feet pulled back towards you. We're just going to round forward over your legs and round back up, stacking your vertebrae. So sitting nice and tall. You can sit up on a pillow or something if you found that you're rounding a little bit here. Round forward. And stack the vertebrae back up. 2 more. And 1. Okay, coming into open leg rocker. So this one, we're moving through these fast because we've done the other videos, so I'm not giving lots of options and modifications. You can go back through the other videos for those. But we're going to start by taking one leg up and down, and the other leg up and down. We're just going to do a couple of these. Getting comfortable in this, the sweet spot right here, where you're balanced, your feet are off the floor. 1 more. Okay, now we're going to bring one leg up and hold onto it. Bring the other leg up and hold onto it. And we're going to rock back. So rounding your back, rock back, up onto your shoulders, come back up to your sweet spot. Controlling the movement with your core, not using momentum. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Okay, and then just lowering the legs down, lowering your body down, hands down to the floor, and corkscrew. So you're going to bring the legs back with them crossed over. Cross them the other way. And come back down. Come up. Now let's roll down on one side. So just to one side of the spine. Up in the center. Down the other side of the spine. Up in the center. And now we're going to go this side. Keeping your hands flat to the floor. Try not to come up with tented arms, tented hands. And keeping your tailbone pointed straight back behind you. So you're keeping the same alignment, you're just rolling down one side. I'm just going to do 1 more. Good, and then as your legs come down, allowing yourself to come up to a seated position. Arms are out beside you. I'll sit this way. Inhale. And on an exhale, you're going to reach your pinky finger of one hand forward and across to the pinky finger, the opposite toes, opposite foot. And this hand is going to reach back behind you. Inhale up, exhale down to the other side. And as you reach across, don't take your head this way. Keep your nose in line with the center between your legs. And 1 more. Now, we're going to go onto your front. So transition onto your front can be from that seated position, you can roll down and then just roll over onto your front. And the next one is swan dive. So you're gonna have your feet flat. You have the option to do just a baby swan, just a mini swan here, just lifting up by squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling them down and back, and taking your chest forward. Pushing your pubic bone down into the floor. You don't want to feel pressure in your low back. And if this is comfortable for you, coming all the way up into a swan. And then exhale, diving down. Back up. Last one. Okay? One leg kick. Laying with your head down. We're just going to kick one leg in on a sniffing breath. Exhale it down. Other leg. Good. And both legs together now. Same thing. Making sure that you keep your hips down. You're not lifting them up to bring your legs in. One more. Good. Okay, and from here you're going to roll onto your back. So you can try to keep your arms and legs off the floor and roll, or if that's not comfortable for you, then you can just roll over onto your back. So if you can, like Superman, and roll. And we're going to do neck pull. So you're already set up for your neck pull by doing that roll. Legs are out, and you put your hands behind your head. We're going to roll up. Again, if that option is not available to you, you can assist yourself up. And then leaning back as far as you can comfortably go without straining. And then tucking the tailbone and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Coming back up. Rolling up. Scoop. Come back to straight and lean back. Exhaling as you roll up. Inhaling at the top. Exhaling as you roll down. One more. And all the way down. We're going to bring your hips up and support your hips with your hands. So coming up, supporting your hips with your hands, and scissors. And bicycle. And stopping here, reversing the position of your hands. We're going to take one leg down, slow and controlled. And then bring the other leg down. So now you're up in this tall bridge. Holding this up here, we're going to bring one leg up. Sweep it down with your foot flexed. Point your toes, bring it back up. Good. and switch. Good. And then rolling down from your bridge, one vertebrae at a time. Spine twist. I am drawing a complete blank. We'll skip that one and come back to it. And jackknife. So a jackknife is similar to a roll back. Hands are down on the floor, rolling back. Take your legs up, back behind you. And now we're going to come all the way up as straight as you can before rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And as you roll down, try and keep your legs up. Don't bring them back. Keeping your hands as flat to the floor as you can. And then from there coming up into your teaser. And your teaser, today we're just going to roll down and up, keeping your legs up where they are. So we're just moving the upper body. And you can do this with your feet flat as well, or doing one leg at a time. Exhaling on the way up, inhaling on the way down. And swimming. So we're going to roll over onto your front. And you're going to alternate right hand, left leg, left hand, right leg. Try to keep it as smooth as you can without tilting. Imagine you've got a saucer of water on your hips, on your back, and you don't want the water to spill. Okay, from swimming, we're going into a leg pull on the front. So leg pull front, you're going to be in a plank position. You can go on your elbows if that's more comfortable. You can go in a kneeling position here, or you can go in a plank, full plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to take this leg up and down. And switch. Good. And then onto your back. Leg pull back. You can have your hands here or here, or you can be on your elbows. And we're going to come up on into kind of a reverse plank position. Holding this up nice and tall. Don't let your hip drop. Leg up and down. Good. Other side. And lower. We're going to go into a kneeling position and side kick. So hands out to the side, coming down, hand behind your head. This leg is going to come up and forward and back. 2 sniffing breaths. Exhale, take it back. Imagine again that you're in between 2 panes of glass and your shoulders to your hips, so those are not moving. Okay, switching sides. Foot is flexed, sniffing breath in and back. One more. Okay, and side bend. So this one is with one foot planted and the other foot tucked behind. We're going to come up on an exhale, reach up and over, inhale, bring it back down. Getting closer to the end. And switching sides. And coming into your seated position for boomerang. So legs are crossed. And this is the roll back with the teaser combined. So you're going to roll back, keeping your hands flat to the floor. Don't tense your hands. Switch which leg is on top. And then lower your legs and roll yourself up into a teaser position, into that sweet spot. Take your hands behind you and then slowly lower the legs, round over your legs, reach out, and again. And you can do a little more movement with your arms if you like, sweeping them around if you have room. And then going into seal. So legs are out to the side, knees are bent, and you should have your feet towards each other, bottoms of your feet towards each other so that you can clap them. You're going to hold them together for now, and we're going to roll back just onto the back of the shoulders, not onto your neck. You don't want your head to touch the floor. Come back, you're going to clap your feet twice and roll back up to your sweet spot. With control, not momentum. One more. And then from seal, we're going into crab. So this is one of the new movements for today. So crab is very similar, but you're going to hold your feet in a cross-leg position, like so. Okay? It's very similar to the other rollback movements, just like seal, like we just did, except you're going to come forward and up onto your knees. And this one, you have to be very careful not to put pressure on your head, and I'll show you when. You don't want to feel pressure in your neck. Okay, so starting here, holding your legs in, we're gonna come back, round, roll back, switch, come up onto your knees, and if I'm still in the camera, yes, lifting up through your belly, lifting up your spine, take your head down towards the floor, and then rolling back again. Switch, roll back up. And you're lifting up through here and just lightly touching your head to the floor so that you don't have pressure on your head and on your neck. If that doesn't feel safe for you, then just come up to here and just focus on rolling, pulling up through here without putting your head down to the floor, without having an instructor there to make sure that you're not rolling forward onto your head. If you're unsure about it, I would rather you be safe and don't smack your head on the floor and hurt your neck. Okay? Rocking, we're gonna go onto your front for this one. So this is another rocking move, but instead of the open leg rocker, roll back like the crab, you're gonna be rocking on your front. So low back injuries, this is one to avoid. Again, if you can't get into this position, then this rocking won't be available to you, and you're just gonna work on getting that flexibility in there with your kicks, okay? So we're gonna come back to here, and if you've done this in yoga, it's a lift up. So you're up onto your belly, and you've made a round position with your body, and you're gonna rock forward and back from there. And then lowering and come down. Counter or control balance. We're gonna go onto your back again. So again, that transition, rolling onto your back here, or just rolling onto your back, whichever is easier, more comfortable for you. And this one is very advanced. So it's another roll back, and you're gonna have your feet, I'm gonna come a little bit more forward so you can actually see my feet for sure when they're back behind me. Bringing your feet all the way to the floor. So if you can't get your feet to the floor with your legs straight here, and if you have shoulder issues, then this one is not for you. And again, if you have neck issues as well, because even though your weight is on your shoulders, this could still be hard on your neck. Okay, we're gonna bring your hands around, grab onto your right foot or your right ankle, bring the left leg up, reaching up through here, and then down, and switch. And again. Good. And then bringing your hands back down to your sides. Coming down from your roll back. And from here, you're actually going to use momentum and come all the way up to standing. You can't see me. You're going to stand all the way up, roll yourself down, and we're going to do like a walkout to a push-up. Basically, this is just the Pilates push-up. You're rolling yourself down one vertebrae at a time, diving down to the floor, walk your hands out, push up, and walk your hands back. And then rolling back up again, one vertebrae at a time. Take your hands up overhead and dive down again. One vertebrae at a time, not pushing your hips back. And one more. And then normally you would walk back up, but I'm going to finish here. So that is the flow all the way through from beginning to end. Those last few movements, it's very difficult to come up with modifications for, but if you have low back issues and rolling back is not something available to you for the crab, you can work on just holding in this position and switching your legs. Rocking, if you have low back issues, that should be avoided. Control balance, same thing, also for neck and shoulders. And then the push-up, you can modify that. You can just do the walkout and then walk back up without the push-up. You can have your knees down to the floor to do the push-up. So do your walkout, but then get your knees down in the plank position and do your push-up here. Then go back to your feet to walk your hands back up. Okay. I hope I didn't miss anything in the whole flow today. I don't typically roll through the entirety of the classical movements, so I kind of had to keep checking my notes to make sure that I was hitting them all, and I'm not sure if I did. I think I missed one of the side kick moves, but if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments, and otherwise keep practicing. Keep practicing the core principles as well. Go back through the other videos and check the core principles and keep practicing them. I'm hoping to do some more Pilates videos, working on some different things and touching on different, and maybe reminding you of the core principles and things like that. But yeah, so that is it for our Pilates series. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you became a little bit stronger from doing it. So enjoy, go back through them, keep practicing from beginning to end, and come back stronger for it. All right, have fun, happy Monday, have a great week, everyone.